Does it feel like you need to be working 24 hours a day to get anything done? Well, let me tell you that setting up a funnel with Funnel by Kiara, you can find the link in the description below. We can get it set up so 24 hours a day, the system is scouring through social media, finding leads for you. It's a phenomenal system. Reach out. We'll get you set up. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the New Hampshire Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana, and today we're here with Michele Buckley and Ali Buckley of the Showcase Performing Arts Center. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So let's get started. Tell me a little about yourselves and the Performing Arts Center.
My name's Michele Buckley, and I have been dancing for a very long time. We opened Showcase Performing Arts Center in June of 2012, and we are located in Hudson, New Hampshire. We offer dance, tumbling, music, and voice. So we are looking to go forward with a full performing arts school.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's get into that. What is a full performing arts school?
Well, we offer dance, like I said,
Yeah.
and we do offer tumbling, but we are currently we just added voice, theater classes,
Okay.
and musical instrument will be added in the next few months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So, like, what is it that you kind of got into it? Like, what are we trying to get out of it? Like,
Sure. So our whole premise is to use the arts as a vessel to help make great kids.
Okay.
So giving them something to where someone would be after school, and using the arts, music, voice to build confidence, to build critical thinking skills, and just to really create a whole well-rounded person is the whole center of our program.
Yeah. That's really awesome. Yeah. So, you probably couldn't tell by looking at me, but I used to dance.
Oh, that's wonderful, yeah.
And not like ballet or anything, but, ballroom, Latin, kind of the more performing dances that
fantastic.
you do when you get older. But so that's really cool. I like the, the approach and the style to it, too, because I think art is something that's looked past a lot when you're creating children.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. What was it?
Huge value.
Yeah.
Kind of a huge value to a child's life, to a person's life.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the school itself. Like, you said you have dance. What type of dances do you guys do?
We offer ballet, tap, jazz, lyrical, contemporary, modern, hip-hop, and point to students ages 2 through adults. We have a blooming adult program. If anybody's out there looking to start dancing, it's never too late to start.
Yeah.
We also offer recreational and competitive programs. We have a very, we call it our intensive dance program. So it's really a competitive dance program for the student who really wants to go forward, not necessarily with even their dancing, but just in the long term, but just where they are now and get the most out of their training and be at the studio more. And then when they really just have a passion to just run with it. And then we also have recreational teams for the students who want less of a commitment but really love to perform and to go out into the community. And those students, along with our competition teams, they perform out into the community. They do the parade. They perform at various assisted living homes and benefits and functions and just to get out there and have a chance to build that confidence and find that stage presence.
That's pretty good. I like that because I always told, because I used to wrestle back in high school, and they always said that you can kind of do it, but to get really, really good at it, you need to be out there competing and actually, doing it. So like doing those live events and stuff is definitely a learning curve.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Just, I think a huge lesson is that the show goes on, and it's something that they can, those quick thinking skills in the moment of learning to change fast, or if your prop doesn't work, or all those things that they can use and implement into their life, their professional life, or their home life as they grow. I think that's such a valuable skill that I know that we both learned and has totally shaped us as business owners and entrepreneurs and the way we see, can give to our community and balance and juggle.
Yeah. I like it. Yes, let's get into it more. So you said you added voice as well. So I'm assuming that means singing.
So we just added a voice program. So that will be consisting of private voice lessons for the student ages 5 through adults. We are implementing this program because there's a great need. There's lots of community theater in our area, and we are finding out there is more than we actually thought. There's a lot of small community programs that are there, and kids really need to learn the pitch and what your voice does sound like, and it is very intimidating. I am not a singer.
We've created a great staff who I think are prepared to fill the need for our students in our community, but also to take what we've done with our dance programs in terms of using dance as a vessel to help make great people and to be more than just great dancers, and to go to be more than just great singers and more than just great actors and more than just great cheerleaders. And I think that's what really helps our programs probably grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we do belong to an international organization called More Than Just Great Dancing.
Okay.
And it implements the whole person. So not only are they really striving to be the best that they can in dance or tumbling or theater or whatever particular program they're in, they're looking to do community service, academic achievement, being positive role models, making sure things are very age appropriate.
Okay.
So we are really focusing on the whole person opposed to just the student.
Yeah. Like I keep saying it's good because it is. Like I very recently actually I had a gentleman who overheard him talking to his son, and he was talking about how when it comes to growing up, what you guys are doing is pointless, and so don't. And I'm not attacking you guys. So
No.
let me get this out. Because he had said, we need to learn math and science and stuff like that, and that's what helps you later on. And I was like, oh my god, like that just the inner me just died. Just thinking about it. And like, what type of benefit do you guys see in your kids as they learn dance and singing and all this stuff?
We have probably a 98% student honor roll.
Yeah.
So that is huge. We have kids that come running in when the progress reports come out, and they're, look, Miss Michelle, Miss Ali, look how great we did. Mm-hmm. They get their picture taken in front of our culture board, because we do have a culture in our studio that we're really striving. It's positive role models, being positive out with everything you can, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is huge.
I think the biggest thing that, and I can't really attest to it, so this year's really, well, I can attest to it, but on a different level. So Michelle's ending, this season ends 35 years. 35 years or 34 years? Sorry, I don't know.
Thank
if I'm
you.
on that.
Thank you so much.
34, 35, 30.
It doesn't really matter.
35.
It's a lot.
Anyways, it's 35. I think that's a big milestone. I think if you think about
it is.
this, you started teaching when you were 2.
Right,
Give yourself
I was 2.
Give yourself a break there. You're very talented. No, but I think you can see it in the long term. Now you have the second generation coming to you, and you look out onto the students that you've taught, and you see, that they've become successful members of society, whether they're business owners themselves or they're teachers or they're doctors or they're attorneys, and they have that confidence and they exude that confidence because simply just at the end of a ballet class, whether it's either one of us teaching or one of our staff members teaching, at the end of a ballet class, they shake our hand and we stress, make eye contact and we say good job to them or thank you for dancing with us. But just learning at 6 or 7 years old the idea of making contact and giving a handshake is a skill that probably isn't really necessarily even taught anymore, but it's essential just to forming that initial connection or relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like I said, you can attest to it.
Right. No,
seeing the second generation. I haven't hit the second generation yet. It's probably not that far away, but
it's pretty far
but to
away.
see it and to know the students, have been able to take those skills that we teach just in the classroom when they just think they're teaching a dance class, and they can implement them and then pass them on to their children, whether their kids are dancing or not.
Yeah. It's really good.
It's huge. I notice because I am a little bit on the older end of life, I have noticed that children are so focused on this all the time, and they can walk into the building and they're on their electronics as they're walking from the car. So if I'm at the desk, I really stress good morning, good afternoon, making sure that they're giving us eye contact because it's not being taught in the schools anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's like that. It's a weird area where, like, well, I'm supposed to be teaching how to dance, and but on another level, you're also teaching like that connection, that, especially depending on the type of dance, where you have either solo or a partner. You know, there's a lot that goes on there, and learning how to dance with a partner is like a whole nother game in itself.
Absolutely.
And then if you don't know how to make eye contact or talk to a person, trying to get out there and dance with them is very, very tricky.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we have lost a lot of that relationship in society as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, years ago when I was a kid, everybody knew everybody in the neighborhood. That's what they did. Now, no one talks to anyone. You walk down the street, your head is down, and
you're
whether
on a
you're
cell
on
phone or electronic, which is...
And you have your earbuds in. So
yeah.
we are really losing that relationship connection.
I think the best way that I look at it, and I'm sure you look at it the same way, is, my dance teacher just didn't teach me to dance. But my English teacher just didn't teach me where to put the commas in a sentence. She taught, whatever they were teaching is the same thing in a public school or in a school. Whatever you're teaching those greater lessons. And I think the arts get overlooked, that we're teaching things. We're building a moral compass for our students. And even something as simple as saying hello and making eye contact or shaking hands or, just, I think being able to...
Believing in yourself.
Yeah. I think that's a huge thing that isn't necessarily taught or isn't, that it's, or that even the idea as you get older that it's okay to fail. Especially now, everyone's rushing on to do the next great thing. But sometimes it's okay to say to a kid, like, hey, you know what? We didn't get first place this time. But we did our best, and we went out there, and we trained really hard, and it was just somebody else's day. But we're going to take our critiques, and with our competition team, we're going to take our critiques, we're going to see, and we're going to move on and see how we can be better the next time. Yeah. And I think that's in life. In life, yeah. I think everything goes back to just teaching those core, solid life skills to make a great person.
Yeah. Cool. So we're going to take a quick break for the sponsors. Everyone hold right on. There are multiple ways to sponsor the New Hampshire Business Show. There are different formats to how essentially I get paid, and we can work with businesses to work through that process, because one way might be great, one might not be, right? So if you would like to sponsor the New Hampshire Business Show or just want some more information on how to go about doing it, in the link below under sponsors, send me your information and we'll talk about it. I have, like I said, there's different ways of going about the process, either essentially paying up front or paying on the back end. And it's great for you to get in front of my growing audience, because we are one of the largest podcasts in New Hampshire, or at least business podcasts in New Hampshire. And we're constantly growing, reaching more and more people every day. So I think I've said this like 100 times by now, but the website's up and running, and I am so glad Rob made it all possible for me. So head over to the link below for Zim Ventures and check them out. See if what they provide for you is right. So if you need a website, if it's old, it's not doing what it's supposed to anymore, it could be time to upgrade your website and take it up to the next level, because like I said, sometimes something that worked 5 years ago isn't going to work anymore, because that's what was happening with my website. So head on over, jump into the descriptions below, and find the sponsor link for Zim Ventures and check them out and see if it's right for you. I just remember the first time I ever went out and danced, there was like 500 people in the crowd. Mm-hmm. And it's like, when you go from nothing to performing in front of tons of people, like we were talking about just a minute ago, with confidence, and you can't stress that just looking at a phone. Like, how do you push someone into that situation, like, if they're not even willing to experience anything outside of this? Yeah. So that's why I really like this. And when you reached out, I was like, oh yeah, you're coming on the show. Like, that's perfect. Because I think it's an area like art and like dance and singing that's overlooked hugely nowadays, because everyone wants the new STEM job, or like you were saying earlier, they want, we need to learn math and science, but there's a lot of creativity that comes out of it that isn't being looked at. Yeah. It's
right, left brain working all together too. It's not just,
And
numbers. It's
yeah, and I don't think we'd ever train a kid. I think, say we have 100 kids in a program, and whatever the program is, maybe 3% of them will go on to be professional dancers or dance through college.
Mm-hmm.
But that's still another 97 kids, that can use those skills to go elsewhere. I mean, we've had kids just in the past few years go on to be, to major in, biochemical engineering. And they just love dance, and they learn to balance their full course load and their after school when they're at the studio from 4 to 8:30 or. So it's just to me it just goes back to, they love it and they need to learn math and science. I'm a huge believer in learning everything,
Mm-hmm.
but you can balance both and you can learn both, and you can take what you can't learn from a math textbook and use it to learn in the dance room. So.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think we talked about a little bit earlier where you guys are kind of heading with the art center. Like, go a little more. I guess if you want to get in depth with that.
So we have added theater. That our theater classes will start the week of July 9th. We start from elementary school, and we go through adults, and we have multiple programs that will teach the child diction and theater techniques. We have an amazing theater staff, and we know that this is going to be another end to help children become confident and build their self-esteem. And we're really excited about this program. It's going to be great. So we have a 5-week program this summer, and it's going to end with a full performance. They are doing everything from the Wizard of Oz. So we'll get the Wiz in there. We'll get Wicked in there. So
Every age group will do a different adaptation of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting to watch how it takes place.
Yeah.
So everyone will be working on their own costuming and set design, and not only that, they'll be learning their lines and the dance portion of it. So it's going to be great. I'm excited to really watch how this program is going to grow.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Another opportunity to perform and give back to our community, and then there's a whole other section of it of kids who are going to learn to just be eventually directors and leaders. There are kids who are born leaders that don't want to be in the limelight, but they want to be, calling the show and moving props and being just creative in a whole other way. So that's going to eventually open up, and then you never know where Showcase will go from there. We'll be maybe doing art classes or something. I don't know. It can never, and the possibilities are endless.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's performing arts, so it can be literally anything performance-wise.
Yeah, exactly. So we're super excited about that, and we're excuse me, we're also we have a staff that was able to teach guitar and piano and saxophone and ukulele. So we're excited about that, and we're building special music rooms. So I'm excited to watch it flourish.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think another really exciting program that we haven't even touched upon, which is huge. We just became a chapter member for an organization called Darby's Dancers.
Okay.
And Darby's Dancers was founded by the Jones family after their daughter Darby passed away. Darby was a child with special needs, and she just wanted to dance. And her family went from school to school trying to find a school that would accommodate her different needs. And they really couldn't find one. And then finally, I think it was it was an hour away, they found a school that would, take this child who just needed a little extra attention or needed a little extra care. And it just changed her whole world to be able to dance and to feel like she had a place where she fit in. And so we became chapter members this past summer. And this week of July 9th, we'll start our Darby's Dancers chapter at Showcase Performing Arts Center, and we'll offer dance classes for children with special needs, totally adaptive classes. So whether it's just children with Down syndrome or autism, or even if they need
they're wheelchair bound.
Yeah, they're wheelchair bound, whatever, nonverbal, verbal, whatever it is. We've kind of gone through the steps eventually to change the lighting in the studio. So the fluorescent lights that can really be shocking or overstimulating to a child with autism. We're changing them to have shields over them, and just to make sure, I think if we think about what we want for Showcase, I think it's for every child or adult to have a place to find community and to find acceptance and to find
a place for
Yeah,
everyone
a place
to
for
shine.
everyone to shine and to find joy, I think. And it's happening, which is really exciting.
I like that a lot. Like, I think I've said that like 50 times already. But
No, thanks. We like it.
I love the approach. I love what you guys are doing because, as I've said, just from what I've seen from some adults teaching their children, like where they don't talk about like art and creativity, and then they get older and you kind of just forget it all, and you're like, but when you're in that field, you're like, how could you not want to learn how to dance? And personally, for me, I would love to learn how to sing. I'm miserable at it. Like that's
Come
one
on
area.
down.
That's one area I haven't.
I might be in the
gotten
classroom.
there.
Sure, I need some lessons.
Yeah, that's definitely an area I've never become fond of. But we'll have to step into that ring eventually. But yeah, it's a huge benefit to the community, and like I said, when people overlook art in this type of area, they're doing a huge service to their children and themselves. So that's what I personally think.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
cool.
So we're also thinking about adding an additional program that's going to help some of our homeschooled children,
Okay.
where they will be able to come in and do dance classes or music classes geared just with the New Hampshire Homeschool program, the Homeschool Coalition.
It's in its early stages, but it's something
There's
that
a need.
there's a need, and there's a
Yeah.
need for after school homework help, and we just whatever it is, if we want to just make sure Showcase is a place for kids, so
Right. A safe place.
a safe place,
Yeah.
and a happy place.
So I think in all of this, I never actually asked where you guys are located. I know Hudson,
We're
but
in
you can do
Hudson.
that.
We're at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson.
Okay.
We are in the Nottingham Plaza. The Town Tavern restaurant is currently located in that plaza. Used to be Valentino's.
Yeah.
It's on Lowell Road. It's a exciting building to be in.
Yes, yeah.
Sounds like it. Very cool. So people that want to reach out, get in touch with you, learn a little more, maybe take some classes, how do they do it?
Sure, they can visit our website, showcasehudsonnh.com. They can certainly give the studio a call at 603-883-0055. Or they could check us right out on Facebook or any of our social media, Showcase Performing Arts Center, right on Facebook.
Cool. Awesome.
Instagram.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, all the, there's plenty of ways. So we would love to chat with you or even stop right into the studio. And we'd love to give you a tour and meet some of the staff and see how we can, what we like to say is kind of add more to you or your child's life. So
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you guys so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to have the last word from our sponsors, and everyone have a great day. Okay, everyone, this is the week Phone Sites is going live, and I am so happy to be an affiliate for this program. So all of my funnels that I do online are run through this site. So check them out. The link is in the description below. See if it's a good fit for you, and if you need help getting your funnels set up, reach out to me and we'll set something up. That's it for today, everyone, but it doesn't have to end there. Head over to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or iHeartRadio to get more from New Hampshire's top entrepreneurs.